It's been some time. It's been some time. It's been some time. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Euganie, aka Pretty Sushy, and this is my first getting ready with me. I've never done one before, so hopefully I don't do too bad at it. This one is going to be on this look that I'm currently wearing. This is a New Year's Eve kind of glam, soft glam I should say. I like easy looks, so we're about to, keep it nice and simple, honey. And I'm going to be discussing a few little things that has happened during the course of the year. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on here, so I'm a little hype. I ain't got a lot to talk about, but I got some stuff to talk about. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content, and also please let me know what else you would like me to cover, what other videos you'd like me to create. I just ain't got nothing else to do. Anyways, let's get started. All right, so we are going to be starting off fresh face, honey, and I'm using a couple new products today. First product is going to be the Huda Beauty primer, which is their water jelly, and this is it right here. So this is a getting ready with me, and I'm just doing like that many pumps, and I'm just going to put this all over my face. Oh, it's very watery, honey. Push the wig back a little bit. So I'm using a couple new things today. Usually I don't try new things out, but I'm trying new stuff out today. And one of them is the Huda Beauty line. Oh, one thing I'm going to use that I always will use no matter what is my Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. And I'm only using it where I have texture, which tends to be right here. Just want to smooth that sucker out, honey. So I'm gonna do my brows first real quick, and I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in dark brown. I'm gonna be using that one. That's the one with the thicker pencil. This is a getting ready with me, so clearly I'm gonna be talking about some stuff, right? So first of all, I'm gonna talk about my new job that I got. So I started working at the post office, guys, and I'm the ones that walk the streets. Okay? The streets, honey. I'm gonna tell you one thing and one thing only. It ain't for the faint of heart. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, so started working for the post office, and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I reevaluated my life about 10 times already, trying to figure out why in the hell am I doing this to myself. But I'm the kind of girl, I'm always have my own business. That's for a fact. But I'm gonna always have a job, girl. I just like benefits. Those things are very important to you. When you reach a certain age, you care about them things. So my business is up and popping, where I can just get those things without needing a regular job. Then I get rid of it. But don't quote me. If it interferes with my life too much, I will end it. But so far right now, with everything going on, it's working out. It's working out. All right. See how these brows look, honey. Okay. Now, I'm going to just clean it up a little bit with some concealer. Underneath my brow, Tarte Shape Tape and Deep. And on top of my brow, I'm using NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Amandi, if that's how you pronounce it. Okay, so to do my eyebrows real quick, I'm going to be using the Crown brush. Yo, this thing is completely rubbed off. Let me see if I have another one. Nope, they all rubbed off. Anyways, a flat brush like this. Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't got no time. These days when I do my makeup, I am like ready. I ain't got time for no long thing. So I'm looking at this color, right? And it looks okay. But I'm going to go a smidget lighter underneath my brow. So for underneath my brow, I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Concealer in 5.1. This is it right here, and this is just a little bit lighter, and I don't want it to be too crazy, so I'm not going to put too much product on the brush. Girl, look at you, looking cute already. Okay, so to blend my brows out, I'm going to be using the Real Techniques brush, and it's called the Deluxe Crease Brush. So this is what it looks like. All right, so we're just gonna blend away, honey. You're gonna start at the bottom and just blend, blend, blend. Anyways, guys, so I don't know if anybody's interested in what it's like working for the post office, but if you are and you want me to do a separate video talking about the whole process of me getting hired and stuff, because it's a little different now because of everything going on. So it's not quite the same as before. Like years ago when I applied to the post office, I had to take a memorization test. And when I tell you that test was hard, it was hard, okay? And the only thing that disqualified me from getting a job years ago was my freaking driving record. But this time around, I had to take no memorization tests. It was a completely different procedure. It was 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, honey. 1, 2, 3. All I'm gonna say is if you're not about that outside life, don't do it. Don't do it. See, I used to work at jobs where I worked outside, so I was kind of used to the weather. So I think that kind of helped me a little bit. But it was still hard. It was still hard. I'm telling you right now, it was still hard. Why? Me snatch the hell out of them eyebrow ear. So I just wanted my eyebrows to be nice and clean. But that's it. That's as far as we're going. So now we're going to do the the foundation. So for foundation today, I am using the Huda Beauty foundation stick, and this is the color Nutmeg 520G, and this is the packaging right here. I've been using it for a little bit already. This is like a great everyday foundation to use, in my opinion. As I'm looking at it, it's probably a little dark, but it's fine. It's fine because my concealer gonna bring it down a little bit. But this was working for me in the summertime. Now probably this might be a smidge dark, but we're gonna work with it anyways because I don't like my foundation to be too light. But what I like about this is you can really wear this every day. It's lightweight. It's very skin-like. Like when I tell you, like even putting it on now, it's very skin-like. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix two foundations. I'm gonna put this down here towards the bottom. All right, let me fix my wig. Hold on, because she's trying right now. She's trying to get in my way. Now this was not part of the plan to use another foundation, but I didn't realize this was so dark because I haven't used it in a while. So we're gonna go in with our NARS foundation. Matter of fact, maybe ABH. Let me see how I'm feeling. Okay, so I've decided to use my ABH foundation. This is the luminous foundation right here, and this is in the color 480C. I don't take much clients now, but when I do, I just started to just automatically use two foundations on them. At this point, I'm not even trying to figure out what's your color or trying to match you. You see how it's like a little dark? It's fine. Or trying to match you like 100%. I ain't got time. So we use two foundations. I use a lighter color in the center of the face, and I use a darker color around the edges. Yo, my hair is completely in the way. And I usually don't do makeup this messy, just so y'all know. But girl, it's trying to get it together. I'm gonna be using a Real Techniques brush, and this is the Instapot cheek brush right here, as everybody should already know. And we're just gonna step that sucker in, okay? And we're gonna talk about the post office a little bit more. So what I'm gonna say is, if you're trying to lose weight, post office is for you, honey. When I tell you you're gonna lose weight, you're gonna lose weight. If you don't want to lose weight, you better eat. Okay? I started at the post office, I was like 164 pounds. I'm not even kidding. Not even kidding you. 164 pounds. And I am now 140 pounds. Y'all calculate that out. You go ahead and calculate that out. Alright. So y'all see how that look? Not terrible, right? Let me make sure I'm blended out good. So you see how it just blended effortlessly? And I feel like I didn't even use a lot. I really didn't use a lot of foundation. These days I'm a little light-handed with the foundation unless I'm looking to be extremely beat. All right, so I'm gonna press this in, and we trying to be quick with this. We ain't trying to be here all day, okay? But we want to look cute at the same time. So now we're gonna apply concealer, and the concealer I'm gonna use is, I'm gonna actually use the Makeup Forever, and I did buy a Huda Beauty concealer. So far, before I continue, I love the foundation stick. I like it a lot. She did great, especially with the tones, I think, in my opinion. And I'm not one to use other people's foundation, like certain brands. I stick to what I like usually use. But I do like the foundation. So I'm using Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin, color 5.1, that I use underneath my brows right here. And then we also have the Huda Beauty Overachiever concealer and Toasted Almond. This is it right here. To apply my concealer, I'm going to be using the Morphe M166 brush, and it's a brush that looks like this. So I bring my concealer up on my nose, literally. So where I want that concealer to be cutting my sucker, like contouring, that's where I put it. Just so. If you notice, I keep it in this area. Okay. Take some on my forehead. And I like to also use the concealer, come down in the middle. And basically I start to curve around my brow. I'm gonna be honest with you, most of the time I be cutting off my brow a little bit there, but it's fine because I could always kind of shade it back in with the brow pencil. But I really don't like a square brow front. I like it to curve and look a little bit more natural, if you know what I mean. And I'm gonna put a little bit of the Makeup Forever one, which comes with, I use this already by the way, I tried it out. It comes with like a silver top that's supposed to, I guess, help with potential wrinkles or something underneath the brow. I don't know, but I don't like it. I'm gonna just put it on my hand like I normally do anything else, and I'm gonna apply it that way, right in the center of right there. I really like this color too. It's just a smidge too light by itself. On top of this, it's fine. Alright, so now I'm gonna use my beauty blender. This is the e.l.f. beauty blender, and I'm gonna blend out the outer part first. I'm leaving the under eye for last. And y'all may not know, but I like to use my foundation brush to kind of mesh everything together, so that way it's not like no obvious lines. Now I'm gonna say this, right? I never used to, I used to bring my concealer up here, and then I stopped, and now I'm doing it again. So basically I do it again because I like to see a little lift and light there in that area. And at the same time, if I don't want to see the line, I just take my foundation brush and mesh it in. Yo, and this weave is not secure, honey, not secure. So I just use it and kind of blend it in together. How we looking? How we looking? We looking how I, oh, she cute. All right, so I'm gonna take my brush, make sure the edges are blended in with the rest of my face. Boy, when you put that concealer on, shit, can't tell me nothing. Okay, make sure you get around your edges of your nose because it ain't cute. Okay, so I'm gonna set my face. So to set my under eye, not set my face, set my under eye, I'm gonna be using Laura Mercier translucent medium deep powder. All right, so this one that I'm going to use, this is Mineralized Skin Finish in medium tan. This is a color, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go underneath my eyes again. And as you can see, I did no color correcting, guys. That's another thing I ain't got time for. So to apply that, I'm going to be using the Morphe Y11 brush. This is what it looks like. It's like a rounded oval brush. Okay, I'm gonna apply a little bit of that in there and just press it underneath the eye. Don't drag, press. So for the Laura Mercier powder, the deep brown, I'm gonna also use the same brush. I'm gonna knock it off, and I'm gonna press that in underneath as well. All the areas that I applied concealer. I'm gonna go in with Laura Mercier, a regular translucent powder like this, and I must bake underneath. Well, I'm not gonna say bake because honestly I really don't bake. I'm putting this there to add a little bit of lightness back underneath the eye, because you know the darker color, it makes everything look nice and not too bright. And I'm gonna just put this underneath there because I want a little brightness, but I don't want this to be what I set my under eye with. You know what I mean? Just gonna apply that like that. Bring it up to my nose. All right, so that is how we're gonna leave it right now, and we're gonna do the eyes. So for the eyes, I'm actually using a new palette that I got recently from Juvia's Place. And I'm gonna only use the one palette today as well. And the palette is the Festival by Juvia's right here. This one. So to start off with, I'm gonna be using the yellow mustard color. And if you notice, I am not priming my eyebrows. My eyelids. So all I'm gonna do is just kind of pat in the little oils that's sitting on top right now. So I'm using a Morphe M441 brush. This is what it looks like. Just a regular schmegula brush. Dip that in there. All right, so what else I've been doing with my life? Basically working on my online boutique, which I've been working on since last year. Okay, I'm just placing that color in the crease and I'm patting. Remember, we didn't use no base, so this is not going to be super bright on the skin, but it's fine because I don't need it to be. My online boutique, which I've been working on since last year. Ciao. Let me tell you something. These things are not the simplest things to do, okay? And when you're doing it by yourself, it is a little bit hard. Not impossible, but it is a little bit hard. So last year, I basically was registered my business in the state that I live in, which is New Jersey. And I also was able to get a permit to purchase wholesale products. I did my research to find a bunch of different companies that, you know, where I can find wholesalers. My goal was really more, I wanted people that were in the US and not in China. So I've been basically using, I've already purchased wholesale products actually. I've already got some products that I'm going to use to do my first launch. I have my website up. It's just a matter of I have to get pictures. It's still a couple more things to do. And I'm patient. I'm patient. Let me tell you something. You ain't got to rush. When you know, you know. Okay? Alright, so now we're going to move on to the other color. For that, I'm going to be using this brush, which is, I have no idea. It's completely rubbed off. But it looks like that. It's like a smaller version to the other brush. Alright, I'm using the color called Ofala. This one right here. Okay, I might use the other color, maybe I will, but as I said, I wanted this to be not difficult, so I'm putting that in the crease below that yellow, and I'm patting. Everything is rounded because I don't like nothing coming out like that. So I'm also gonna go in with the other darker color. It's called Izafa right here, that one. I'm gonna go in a little below that and kind of blend it up into the other two colors. I'm gonna go back in with the yellow and I'm gonna put a little bit on it, and I'm just gonna go right above that to bring it back in, and just where the yellow was originally, just to kind of blend it out. As I said, this is not supposed to be extremely bright, so alright, so I'm satisfied with this. Hold on. Okay, camera's back. I'm satisfied with this. So what I'm going to be doing is basically, I'm now going to be adding my shimmer. So the color I'm applying first is going to be Odagwu, which is the gold shimmer right here. I'm going to be using this Real Techniques Instapop crease brush, and this is what it looks like right here. It's a flat angled brush. I'm going to just dip that in there. And I'm just going to start applying it in the middle. If you want, you can even wet the brush if you want, but I'm planning on putting a shimmer on top of this, so I'm not too concerned about that. I just want to have something down in place for that shimmer. And I have my eyes open a little bit so I can see exactly how high to bring it up on my crease. So now that we have that on, I want to try a little bit of this color. It's Uli, this white silver shimmer color right here. And I want to put that a little bit in the beginning part of my eye. This right here. Ooh, I like that color. Alright, so for the shimmer that I'm going to put on top of my eyelid, I'm going to be using the Artist Couture. This is the Diamond Glow Powder Illuminati. I'm going to use the same Morphe brush, but I'm going to actually spray it. Alright, so this is what it looks like. And I didn't have to spray the brush. This actually picked up quite well, just right enough for me. This is how we're going to leave this here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of more color on the outside of the eye, and then we're just about done with it. So I'm going to go in with that darker color, mix it a little bit with the other color together, and just kind of pat on the edges. Right, so I'm basically done. I'm not going to do a liner. I'm just going to have the eye look just like this. If you want to do a liner, you can. It's up to you, but I'm not, okay? So the lashes I'm going to use today are these fluffy lashes right here. Don't ask me where they're from. They're from somewhere in China. Alright, so I'm going to be using 2 different palettes to do my contour and to set the rest of my face. The first one is going to be the Douce by Juvia's, this one right here. And the color I'm using in this one is going to be this color right here. And I wish I could read the name, but it's done well dotted. And to apply that color, I'm going to be using this Morphe M530 brush. This is it right here. So I'm just going to add a little bit because this is quite dark, okay? So be careful. Work in steps. Just going to add it here, press it in, and work it up. Because when I tell you this is dark, honey, it can be dark. Take your time with it. Now I'm going to be going in with Fenty Beauty Mocha Mami. This is the color right here. So I'm going to be going over top that with this color. So the last color I'm going to be using is coming from the Zulu by Juvia's, this palette right here. And it's going to be the color obviously you see the most use, this one right here. Now this color I apply like it's a blush almost, because it's a little bit of a warmer tone. It brings warmth back into the face. And don't worry, if you ever feel like you put on too much contour, whatever the case may be, you always could use setting powder to kind of like tone it down a bit. I'm going to be using MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Tan. I brought that up so quick, it's okay. This is the color right here, and I'm going to use that to just kind of like chisel out my cheeks a bit. This is a Luxie 660 Precision Foundation brush I'm going to use for that. Alright, so now I'm going to just dust away this powder. I'm using the same MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder, the lighter colored one. And I'm using the same brush as before. And I'm just going to brush away the powder underneath my eye. Don't put too much on a brush, just put a little bit. Now we're going to take our foundation brush and we're going to press in underneath the eye with strength, okay? So you're just going to press it in. Try not to do the ugly mouth. Alright guys, so I have my lashes on and I have sprayed my face, in case I didn't mention it before, with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dewy Set and Spray, this one right here. That's what I use to set my face. It smells so good. Now I'm just going to go over my face again, because you know when you set your face it kind of, you know, you lose a little bit of color. So I'm just going back in with the brown color from the Juvia's Place palette again. I'm just kind of like re-adding back the colors back into my liking, not heavily of course, and just kind of like bringing the colors back in and making sure everything meshes well together. Okay, I'm also going to be using my MAC Mineralized not Mineralized, Faux Sure Extra Dimension blush, which I use all the time. This is it right here. This is one of the blushes I'm using. And if you notice, I'm using the same brush for everything. We ain't got time. We ain't got time, honey. Okay. Now, the other blush I'm going to use is from Juvia's Place. It is the Bella Blush. Blah, 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 blah. The Bella Blush. And this is it right here. It's a very, you know, nice, such a pretty corally type of color. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I use this blush already. Be very careful. It is very heavy duty. Okay, it is very, what's the word? Pigmented. Because it is pigmented to the gods, honey. You don't need to add a lot. Right, so for highlight, I'm using my fave as usual, the Stila highlighter right here in Magnificent. I'm going to be using this Juvia's Place brush It doesn't have a number. This is the brush that came with their highlighter, which I'm going to use along with this, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So I'm just gonna add some to this, smile, and put it on. Put it on my cheekbones, honey. All right, so the Juvia's Place highlighter that I'm going to be using is called, okay, it's the Tribe Highlighter Volume 2 by Juvia's Place. This is what it looks like. This is this color right here, like a goldy bronze color. I'm going to tell you this. This highlighter is a chunkier highlighter. When I say chunkier, I mean it is not a press. It's when I use this, it sits on top of my skin. That's how I feel. It's a sit on top of your skin type of highlighter, and not like the other one, which if you look at it, is just like coming out from the skin, right? So I'm just going to use a little bit, and I might have to go back in with the other one on top just to kind of make sure it's not, you know, crazy looking. So I'm just going to use a little on top of that. Very little, and bring it up to my eyebrow. That's how I like my highlighters to connect in that way. And I'm just gonna put a little bit in between my eyes. I don't bring it all the way down anymore, and just a little bit on my tip of my nose, and just bring it up into my brows. All right, so we're not done. We're gonna go back in with the blush on top, the MAC blush, because you wanna make sure that this is not looking disconnected. So we're just gonna add it a little bit there. And it kind of helps tone it down a little bit too. Alrighty. Now we're gonna do the lip, which is gonna be a combination of things, honey. First, I'm gonna line it with the Juvia's Place concealer in number 4, this color right here. And I'm just gonna line my lip. All right, so my lip combo is gonna consist of this lipstick from Mellow Yellow. It is called Posh, this one right here. It's also going to consist of Kylie's gloss in So Cute, this right here. Alright guys, so this is the completed look, and I must say she looks cute, honey. She is cute. So if you want to see more content like this, or if you like for me to talk about any of the topics that I talked about tonight, which wasn't many, I know. I'm not good at this getting ready with me stuff. Let me know in the comment bar down below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to this channel. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Bye.